Hello, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for being a time traveler. This is your new moon in Sagittarius message. Keep in mind, it is a collective general reading, not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. And if that happens, don't get upset. It just means that one message is meant for someone else. So take what fits, how it fits. Leave what doesn't. Be sure to check out your other placements. If you're not sure what your other placements are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Take a look at that site and then just come back here and watch the video of your choosing. With all of that said, let's begin. Okay, your oracle card for this reading. Closing door, completion, card number 5. 5 is all about change. Moonology card. New moon in Gemini, think it through. So something may have happened in the energy of the full moon in Gemini that we had approximately 2 weeks ago. And your other moonology card here is blood moon, courage. Okay. Let's begin to clarify. Tell me why this is the message. I feel like sneezing. Tell me why this is the message for Capricorn. Why is this their new moon in Sagittarius? Message. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. We are clarifying closing door, completion, card number 5. New moon in Gemini, think it through, and blood moon, courage. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Hanged Man, Judgment, 7 of Cups, 6 of Swords, the Hierophant. Oh, 2 cards came out. We're going to take them. 5 of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Bottom of the deck, 6 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. That leaves the 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, and the Sun to you, my darling, the Devil here at the bottom of the deck. Okay. I don't know what you're contemplating closing the door on, a pattern within yourself, a particular situation, environment, or connection in your life. Whatever it is, the feeling I get here is message received, meaning you've learned the lesson. There's no need to repeat whatever this is again. Again, situation, environment, connection, or even a pattern within yourself. There seems to be a delay here, though, in fully moving on. You appear to be thinking it through, trying to ground yourself or re-ground yourself in order to make the judgment call. This will take courage to walk away from a part of ourselves or something external to us, situation, environment, or connection. There's some confusion about moving forward towards something new or showing up in a different way. Okay, let's clarify now. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. We are clarifying the Hanged Man. Clarify this. Whew. Got heavy now. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Hanged Man is clarified by the 3 of Wands, Sun in Aries, the Moon, the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, something happened in that full moon in Gemini. 6 of Swords. Tell me about the 6 of Swords here. One more shuffle. Thank you. 6 of Swords, clarified by Queen of Cups, which is down there. The Death card. 9 of Cups. Okay. Judgment. What is the Judgment card here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Judgment, clarified by Ace of Swords. Definitely think it through. Empress. Very nice energy. And Queen of Swords. Okay. If you haven't made a decision yet, you're about to. The Hierophant. Why is the Hierophant here? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Hierophant, clarified by the 10 of Cups, which we have at the bottom of the deck. Page of Swords. And the 5 of Cups, which was there as well. Okay. 7 of Cups. Why is the 7 of Cups here? One more shuffle. Thank you. 7 of Cups, clarified by the Hierophant. The 9 of Wands. Excuse me. And the 8 of Swords. Tell me about this. I'm going to do these separately. Tell me about the 5 of Cups here, since we have that twice on the table. One more shuffle. Thank you. 5 of Cups, clarified by 6 of Wands is over there. 6 of Pentacles, Justice. What is the Ace of Cups here? What is the Ace of Cups here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Cups, 4 of Swords, 4 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles. Oy. Talk about stuck. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Wands. There's that Ace of Cups again. 7 of Cups right back to confusion. To 3 of Cups, to 8 of Cups, to the Chariot. Okay, I don't know what's happening here. I don't feel like this is internal to you. It might have been something internal to you that started this whole thing or participated in it. But I feel like this is external. Meaning it's not between you and you. It's between you and another entity, situation, environment, or connection. And you seem to be suspended here. What was discovered? I feel like something came to the surface. It's like the 3 of Wands being Sun in Aries and the 2nd Deacon in Aries. It's this feeling of moving in a particular direction with another. I'm just going to call him an entity because I don't know if this is work or family or a friend or your romantic love interest. But that first 8 of Pentacles is 1st Deacon in Virgo. So it's like I'm putting in the pentacle resources, time or love or money in this direction. That 3 of Wands, right? I'm preparing, I'm moving forward. This is expanding. I'm expanding within it. And then the Moon card here appears. We're moving forward, Moon card. Now we're questioning, do we want to continue investing? See, it's like 3 of Wands, we were moving forward. Wait, what is that? This is a wait, what is that? And then the 8 of Pentacles is to that Hangman. Do I keep working on this or not? Do I keep investing? Something may have been revealed. For others of you, some fear or anxiety or maybe even insecurity within you came to the surface. I'm going to clarify that more for you. At that point, you suspended yourself. 6 of Swords. I don't know if I want to move forward. Queen of Cups, the Death card, and the 9 of Cups. Queen of Cups, 3rd Deacon of Gemini, 2nd Deacon of Cancer. This is, do I want to move forward? The Death card, ending, beginning, transformation, change, transition. Do I move on from this and move towards the 9 of Cups? And in an effort to, so there seems to be, or have been, quite recently, and for some of you, like still right now existing, this question of, I need to emotionally balance myself. I need to emotionally regulate myself right now so I can make a determination about whether or not I'm going to proceed forward with this entity, transform whatever this is, and try to move forward in an effort to be happy, maybe have some wishes fulfilled, restore satisfaction or happiness to between this entity and I, or I need to get emotionally balanced so then I can make the decision to end my association with this entity. In that respect, move forward towards happiness in another direction. So the door is closing on this. Change is here. This situation, environment, or connection that you seem to be having this issue with, it can be revitalized if you want. The door is still cracked open. It's not closed door. It's closing door. So there's still an opportunity here to open the door and, to proceed forward, but transform it in a way that is better suited to your needs. Or you can decide to let that door closed, or you can run up to it and slam it shut. It's totally up to you. The lesson here, though, has been learned. So if you want to continue engaging with this entity, you can, but it would require you to transform. Death card, show up differently. It's like the rules of engagement have changed. So if you want to continue engaging, then you would need to show up differently, regardless of what that other entity does. Because again, it's your lesson. The completion card is like, you have learned it. If you want to shut it completely and walk away and go in another direction, you're free to do that as well, but you still would need to show up differently. So it's a two-part message here. Part of you that contributed either to that ending or to the way you showed up with that entity is done. That part of you is done. It is transformed. It has been transformed. You can keep the door open with this particular entity, but it requires you to show up differently. Or like I said, shut the door on it completely and move in another direction. But still, you're going to show up differently. Whatever this was some type of life lesson. We're going to go a little deeper on this message for you to figure out what was the lesson you were supposed to get from it. So new moon in Gemini, think it through. I think for a lot of you, this happened in the energy of that full moon that we had in Gemini. Now we have a new moon in Sagittarius. There's a need here for you to think it through. What exactly do you want to do with this entity? Because the door is closing. This is like limited time only. I don't know if you've ever been up till 2 or 3 in the morning and they have those infomercials playing. I think they still do that. I don't know. I'm 51 years old. Back in the day, that's what they would do. If you woke up in the middle of the night, there was some kind of infomercial, you know, call now type of thing. Buy, you know, call in the next 15 minutes, buy one, get one free. So there's something like that here where it's like, this is a limited window, a limited time, if you will. You have judgment. You'll need to make a judgment call. If you haven't obtained clarity yet on what you want to do with this entity, clarity is coming to you in spades. You will have the mental clarity you need in order to make the decision. So if you're watching this reading and you're like, I don't know yet what to do with that person, place, or thing, I don't think you have to do anything. I think this message is telling you, yep, think it through. But absolute clarity is coming to you. And in the end, I think we have the Justice card here. The Queen of Swords is the second deacon in Libra. I think at the end of the day, you're going to do what is best for you, not necessarily this other entity. That's the feeling that I get here. And I think that's your breakthrough moment as well, is whether I stay, whether I go, I have transformed. I have learned a lesson. I'm going to move forward with absolute clarity. So again, whether you're reconnecting or staying or moving in another direction, you're doing so not out of fear or desperation or anxiety. This decision will be truly authentic to who you are. I think you're putting your needs first now. I'm not quite sure you did that in the past, but yeah, whether you're going back or moving forward without them, you're putting yourself first. The Hierophant, clarified by the 10 of Cups, the Page of Swords, and the 5 of Cups. I do believe you're receiving communication from this entity. You know, the job, the boss, the friend, the family member, the lover. There seems to be communication here from this entity. Again, I'm going to clarify this for you more. I think there is a lot of loss and regret and disappointment all the way around, whether you want to believe it or not. Energetically, it's here. Whether they have communicated that to you or not, I don't know. But there's a level of bereavement, grief, a feeling of despair here. I feel like this is very shared energy between you and them. Interesting how we have the 5 of Cups here twice. So this is what I'm talking about, your decision. I know that you're upset over the 3 cups that spilled. I get it. But that 2 of Cups standing beside you could be, I'm going to continue engaging with this in this partnership, this 2 of Cups partnership. I'm going to show up differently. Or I'm leaving this behind and moving towards another 2 of Cups. So you have a significant choice here. And there is a conversation with the other entity that is going to take place that you will need to process and think through. And I think that will ultimately help you make your decision. Courage. 7 of Cups, clarified again by that Hierophant. The family, the friend, the community group, the lover, the spouse, whoever this was or is, has been a staple in your life. And this seems to be what you are contemplating. There's a part of you that wants to be resilient and hold on and be successful and maybe show up differently, or maybe try to do it right this time, or at least you're a part of it. But there's something here, I don't know if that's possible. So there are some doubts, fears, and insecurities. 8 of Swords is first deacon in Gemini, and we have the Think It Through card, and the 8 of Swords is our thoughts. So there is something here of, I'm very confused. I don't know if I can make this work. I don't know if I should move on from it. The 5 of Cups. This is what I mean by the shared loss. I think you're both experiencing this. 6 of Wands, the 6 of Pentacles, and Justice. I do believe this entity is coming in with this offering. 4 of Swords, 4 of Wands, and the 4 of Pentacles. I do think that this entity wants a level of victory or progress with you. I don't think they entirely want to lose you from their life. There will be an attempt here to give you something, albeit small, in that Six of Pentacles energy, or you might consider it small. I'm not sure they do. But there is an attempt here to try to balance the scales. The reason when I saw the Four of Swords, Four of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles, I went, ugh, because I don't think you're extremely pleased with the offering. Like if this is the raise at work or the apology from the friends or the family member or even offer reconciliation from your lover, you don't seem to be excited about it. Four of Swords, Four of Wands, Four of Pentacles. This is stuck. I always look at the fours as stuck. The Four of Wands would have been great if we would have had another card, because that is celebration, moving forward, victory, harmony, possibly marriage, stability. But this is with that Four of Swords was the first card that came out, which says, I need to think about it. I need to think about if this offers me stability. I need to think about, Four of Pentacles could be possession. It's the third decan of you, of Capricorn. So this is, I don't know if I want to hold on to this. I don't know if this will provide me with the stability I want or need, or will it contribute to the stability I already have? So yeah, the offer comes in, and then there's contemplation about, is this really what I want for myself? Does it offer me stability and security? Or am I just holding on to it or wanting to hold on to it for other reasons? Or do they just want to hold on to me for other reasons? And that's why I went, because it doesn't seem one way or another when they come in with the offer. You seem a little confused here on what to do. And you're almost feeling here, I believe this Queen of Cups is you, but I'm going to clarify. There's almost a feeling here of like a victory because they returned with an offering, but the offering's not enough. You're still in the Five of Pentacles. That's what I mean. Like the hope and dream is for 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles here with whomever, whatever this is. But the reality is Five of Pentacles, even when they come in with this. So let's clarify. Let's use your deck to clarify. What the heck happened here in the moon? Something was revealed in that new moon in Gemini. Maybe a conversation. Maybe some truth came out. Maybe you had the aha epiphany moment here. Maybe there was an argument. Oh, I got the Five of Wands there. Maybe there was an argument. Tell me about the moon energy. One more shuffle. Thank you. Knight of Swords. Sometimes communication, definitely. Gemini energy, definitely. Could be aggressive, though. Oh, yeah. Five of Swords and the Magician. Woo, child. Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So, conversation that turned toxic. Manipulative. Or at least you saw it that way. Five of Swords to the Magician. I think you called out someone's bullshit. That's the feeling I get here. It's like I have all that I can stand. I can stand no more, Alice. Honeymooners. I think, I'm not trying to make light of this. This is a heavy energy. And I think I said at the beginning of your reading, I was like, oh, I just felt heavy. So the feeling here is that you questioned or called out someone's intentions for you, or intentions for the connection with you, or you discovered some lie or something they said or didn't settle well with you, and you inquired on it. That's the feeling here. So something either was revealed to you, this person admitted something, you caught them in something, you questioned something did not sit right with you in the energy of the moon. They could have admitted something, I don't know, something did not feel right, and you felt inclined to have a conversation about it or to address it, and it looks like it escalated. There's also the feeling here that this person was lying to you, betraying to you, or manipulating you, or just taking advantage of your good nature in some way. Nine of Cups. I'm pretty sure that's you. You came on here twice. Tell me about that Death card energy. This seems to be, I don't know if I want to revisit this or end it completely. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Further clarified by the Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, and the Four of Cups. Not happy. Not happy. Not happy in respect to something that you discovered. Page of Wands is a card of discovery. So something you discovered or you found out, or some pieces to a puzzle here that you put together in respect to someone's reckless actions, or what you felt were reckless actions, left you feeling very dismayed. We're looking at those 4 cups again, or actually the 3 cups that you're still pining over here about. Okay. Not happy. Tell me about, think it through. What is the clarity that's coming to the Capricorn collective? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your clarity, 10 of Wands. I'm going to speak like you now. I carry either the emotional or financial load of this connection. If this is someone at work, I do most of the work. They receive the praise, I do all of the work. I work overtime, I don't get paid for the overtime, or I'm not appreciated. I'm in a relationship with this friend or this family member or this lover, I carry the brunt of it, either financially or physically or emotionally. So your clarity is, I was doing a lot more work than I was appreciated for or given credit for or compensated for. 8 of Pentacles, I was putting in all of the work or most of the work. Yep. 3 of Swords. That's your realization here. Queen of Swords to the Queen of Swords. You got 2 Queen of Swords. This is definitely you. Queen of Pentacles right behind it. There you are. Whether you're masculine or feminine. The aha epiphany moment was, I'm going to curse. I don't think I can. I hope you don't mind if I curse. It's the Jersey Italian comes out in me every once in a while. It's the Sopranos. This is like the realization of, oh my fucking God, I did this to myself. I don't think I could get demonetized on a membership video. I don't know, maybe. But that's the feeling here. I fucking did this to myself. I overgave when I knew I was overgiving, and I did not listen to my intuition. And I kept doing it, and I didn't want to see it, and I was ignoring the red flags, and this is like, fuck me. I was doing all the work. I was doing all the work. So yeah, this is hard. This is a hard pill to swallow, when the realization is, it's not just the narcissist or misogynist or cheap boss or, coworker who takes advantage of me, or the friend, family member, or lover who maybe, isn't good at commitment or showing up on time or whatever. It's not so much them. The realization is, I participated in this because I overgave over and over and over again. I'm partially to blame. That's a hard pill to swallow. I give you a lot of credit. If you haven't come to that realization, you're about to. But there's some aggression there. I'll be honest with you. I felt it like fuck, this is partially me. The core just fell off the table. I'm going to take that as confirmation. Yeah, this is fuck. After, yeah, shit. That's the feeling here. Oof. Hierophant. 10 of Cups, Page of Swords, and 5 of Cups. I do believe you're receiving communication from this entity. I'm going to have to go deeper on this. Where are we? At the 23-minute mark? I used a Sagittarius new moon. Since it's the new moon in Sagittarius, I'll use their deck. I want to focus a little bit more on what's coming in from this person. But just get me 3 cards on this, and then we'll get into the other deck. Yeah, this is a realization of, I should have known better. I contributed to this. I was a willing accomplice. I kept my mouth shut. I didn't discuss what was bothering me. I didn't call out the red flags. I was a willing participant in the manipulation because I stayed quiet for so long, and I just kept doing the work, doing the work, doing the work. Tell me about this person here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Page of Pentacles, communication, Knight of Cups, possibly an apology, Queen of Pentacles coming to you, whether you're masculine or feminine. There you are again in Empress energy, King of Swords, and the Emperor. Oh, I would expect a conversation from this counterpart. I think you're expecting it. I got to be honest. I think you're expecting it. High Priestess was right behind that. That doesn't mean that you want it or that you're waiting for it, but the feeling here is, yeah, they're going to reach out to me, or they're going to try to apologize. That's the feeling. Like they haven't gone away for good. That's your feeling. I'm picking up on your feeling. Like they're going to try to get their foot in that door. Even if you don't want them to. I'm not saying that you want them back. The feeling is, you know, that you have not completely, you know, gotten rid of this entity yet. They're going to make another appearance, and you're right, they are. And at that point, you appear here to be confused. It's going to take you courage to respond, courage to move forward with them, or courage to walk away. Choice is going to be yours. But on the onset, you're a bit confused. Why the confusion? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Ten of Pentacles, which was originally at the bottom of the deck. Ten of Pentacles, Four of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Sun card. Nine of Pentacles, King of Wands. All right, King to the Queen of Wands. I got a lot of people here now. Let me keep going. Let me keep going here. You seem to be confused. You don't know if you want to take the inspired action here to reconcile. Remember that Four of Wands, that stability? I don't know if this would add to my stability. That's the confusion. I was asking why the confusion. The confusion is, I don't know if this could ever go the distance. I don't know if this job is ever going to pay me, but I'm worth 10 of Pentacles. I don't know if this relationship will lead to marriage. If it's a marriage, I don't know if it could ever restabilize again. This is the Queen of Wands is sitting there, you know, chin on hand there, really contemplating. I don't know if I could do this again. Because the last time I gave it all and I did all the work, it still didn't pan out for me. So that's the confusion. Like, well, why would this time be different? Tell me a little bit about this Justice. As this person feels whatever they're offering is right. Like it can right that wrong, or it can fix this connection, or it can convince you to stay. What is this? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Six of Cups. There's that soulmate, soul bond connection. And look, giving you something, right? This individual is giving something for this other. They're giving the Ace of Cups. They're handing the Ace of Cups to this person. There you go. Handing the Ace of Cups to this person. Two of Swords, Moon and Libra. We have the Justice card. And we have the High Priestess. This is like King of Wands here. So it's a counterpart to you in some way. Okay, friend, family member, lover, boss, business partner, whatever. This is crossing fingers and toes that you will accept whatever this is that is being given to you. There's also a feeling here of nostalgia should play a role. Memory should play a role. Length of time with them, or length that you've known them, should play a... This is what they're banking on. I don't think they're going to say any of this to you. This is hidden in the High Priestess energy to them. So I think they're going to be King of Wands a bit bold here, whether they're masculine or feminine. They're going to look like they are confident in what they're offering you. Internal to them, different story. Internal is like crossing fingers and toes for you to accept whatever this is, and hoping or banking that that Six of Cups connection with them is enough to get you to not close the door on them. Nostalgia, memories, length of time. All right, tell me more about this person. How does this person feel about Capricorn? Let's get to the good stuff here. How does this person feel about Capricorn? Hold on. Just give me 3 cards real quick on that. 444 there. Might be an angel number for some of you. 444. Give me 3 cards on that, please. Thank you. The Tower. Temperance. And the Lover. So it's a choice you'll need to make. Wheel of Fortune, if you want to repeat that cycle with them. Okay. It's the... Okay. I think you're surprised at their offering or apology or whatever they're doing here. So yeah, that throws you for a bit of a loop there. Do you want to heal it or not heal it? The choice will be yours. Okay. How does this person feel about Capricorn? Whoever this person is, how do they feel about Capricorn? One more shuffle here. Thank you. How do they feel about you at this time? Hierophant. That's the 3rd one. Some of you are married to this person. You work with them. Maybe it's your business partner, because current finance reading, this could be corporation or entity. this could be someone who's like a church elder. If the Hierophant here is showing up as like a church or like a community group, this could be someone who wants long-term with you. I'm just telling you how they feel about you. Hierophant, Two of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. Wow. You are the Queen of Pentacles, whether you're masculine or feminine. Phoenix. They believe whatever happened here, kind of like that phoenix rising from the ashes. The Sagittarius deck is the only one that has those two cards in it, Celestial Weaver and the Phoenix. How do they feel about you? That the two of you are on the same page, that you have the same traditions or beliefs or morals, that you want the same thing. They do see you as a soulmate. They see you as being very nurturing, very giving, successful, kind. They might not know how to say soulmate or soul bond, but they recognize it internally. The Phoenix, the Knight of Wands, and the Chariot to the Six of Wands. They find you very attractive. They believe that you are a go-getter, that when you want something, you go full force after it. You're tenacious. You're not a quitter. Strength. You have strength, courage, balls. I just heard you got balls. Maybe they've said that to you before. You got big balls. It's probably for one of you watching. How else does this person feel about Capricorn? I mean, even if this is a boss, or they look at you like you're smart, you're sharp, you know how to make money, you dress well. Like when you come to work, you're no slouch. The Queen of Pentacles is no slouch in a work environment. One more shuffle here. Thank you. If this is your child, they see you as being very motherly or fatherly, very nurturing to them. How else do they feel about you? Wheel of Fortune, Six of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Emperor. Oh, Emperor to the Empress. How do they feel about you? That they can turn this around. That the two of you are capable of overcoming the Ten of Swords. Whatever transpired here. That you may not want to do it, and you don't have to do it. Please do not allow tarot to dictate what you do. Their energy is, we can overcome this. We're strong enough. We've been through a lot. Emperor, Nine of Pentacles, and the Lovers. They know that, I shouldn't say they know. They feel 100% that if you connected with them again, you could fix this. You may not believe that. You may be like, I'm not going back to that narcissist. And you have that right. Maybe they are a narcissist, and that's why they're thinking this. You know, how did they feel about what they did to Capricorn? Let's figure that one out. How do they feel about what they did to Capricorn, or whatever transpired here between them and Capricorn? Three of Swords. Whether they contributed to it, you did. It was a combination. You saw how that card fell out. Three of Swords, which is in your energy as well. Three of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles. Bottom of deck, Ace of Cups. There's still an apology coming. Seven of Swords to the Chariot. Coming in fast with a little bit of love bombing. I'm going to clarify that for you too. But how do they feel about what happened? Heartbroken. They still believe the connection is stable. And it has the potential to get to the Ten of Pentacles. They believe it rocked the foundation of the connection, but they don't believe that it completely demolished it. You see it differently. You see it as a tower. They see it as, this would be the equivalent of like a hurricane comes through. Not predicting this, just saying. Hurricane comes through, tears apart the house. The two of you are standing in the street and you're looking at the rubble, right? Let's say that house is a metaphor for your relationship. And you're of the belief that, oh my God, this whole thing has to be completely excavated out. We need to start from the bottom up, from the foundation up. This whole thing has to be rebuilt. And they're standing beside you looking at the same thing. And they're like, I think we could just like mortar some of the cracks in the foundation, and we still got a wall standing. So maybe we'll take out the other three walls, but that one wall is still solid. We'll just build around it. You're looking at this like this would need complete rebuilding from the ground up. tower to that Four of Pentacles. It's like we got to totally rebuild from the ground up. And they look at it like it doesn't need full rebuilding. It needs renovation and remodeling. But the structure is partially intact and the foundation's okay. Some cracks, but we can fix it. That's the difference between what happened here. You're heartbroken, they're heartbroken. You acknowledge the damage, they acknowledge the damage. The repair is very different. You're like, this whole thing is going to have to transform. And they're like, well, there's still some parts of it we can keep. That's the difference here. What are they offering, Capricorn? This is like, let's say this, I don't know if this is for anyone watching. Let's say there was an affair here involved. Say you found out about some cheating. Okay, we saw the Seven of Swords and all this other energy here. Let's say that's what it is. And they come in with, I'm so sorry, I messed up, I effed up, it was just a one-time thing, I got drunk with the guys or with the girls, whatever the excuse is, I love you, I don't want to lose the marriage. Remember, I saw the Hierophant 3 times. Let's just say it's something like that. You're then of the belief, well, I really have to think about it, because I don't care if it was a one-time occurrence, right? You completely destroyed this relationship. We have to start, again, I'm not speaking for you, I'm just telling you energetically as an example. The feeling here is, I think you need to go there. I need to go here. You need to get counseling. I need to get counseling. We're going to do some joint counseling. We're going to reintroduce the healed version of ourselves to one another. We're going to date. I'm going to court you. You're going to court me. We're starting off from scratch. And they're like, can I just come back home? Like, we could talk about it. There's a big difference in the repair method. That's a big difference here, Capricorn. You're like, nope, ground up. And they're like, can we just get back to how it was and fine tune some things along the way? And you're like, fuck no. That's the feeling here. All right. What are they offering, Capricorn? Tell me more about this Ace of Cups that we keep seeing. What is this offering? One more shuffle. Thank you. What is the offering? Three of Wands, Sun in Aries, moving forward. Five of Pentacles, right there, Judgment. So what they're offering you isn't much. Emperor at the bottom of the deck. Oh my God, I want to shake this person. They want to move forward with you. They're offering you half of what you want. Half of what you want. And you know it. Look at you here. Because originally, remember you came out as Queen of Cups, that Six of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. That's your feeling. I could be victorious. I could allow a little ego here that I won. They came back to me. Maybe they groveled. They're offering me, reconciliation or restitution or something. But it's still the Five of Pentacles. And they know it. Ask them what they're offering you. That's what they're offering you. Not enough. Not enough. Dudette. What are you doing, my friend? It's their choice. The Emperor to the Nine of Pentacles to the Lovers. They have more to give. They're choosing Six Pentacles. They're choosing not to give you everything that you want. The raise or the promotion. This is like, I know I originally said $5, but how about $2.50? And you're like, but no. And then you're like, well, should I keep it? I've worked here a long time. I don't know. I mean, it is $2.50. It's better than nothing. They're making an effort. That I've been here a long time. Six of Cups. It's not 100% of what you want. But they hope it's enough to keep you so you don't quit or you don't fully shut the door or you disconnect from them. Ooh. Tell me more about that Five of Pentacles offering. Seven of Swords. The Lovers. Nine of Pentacles. They have more to give. Page of Cups. And they're not going to. Why? Why? Why can't this person give Capricorn what Capricorn wants or needs? And even if this is someone you don't want to excommunicate fully out of your life, they did something terrible or contributed to something horrible that happened here in this connection. And they're just coming in with like hey, remember what happened last week? Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. So what do you want for dinner tonight? It's just whatever they're giving to you, does not fully make up for what they did, even if it's just an apology. What is that Seven of Swords? There's some deception here at play. I think the deception is they're capable of giving you more. A bigger apology, more of a raise, more commitment, more time, exclusivity. Exclusivity. I don't know. I just tell you what I hear. But they're not. What is that Seven of Swords? One more shuffle. Thank you. Seven of Swords. Why can't they give it to you? Four of Cups, Six of fucking Pentacles again, Three of Pentacles. You ever see Ace of Wands? That's the truth. Because of other commitments, other employees, financial constraints. God, I hope they don't have someone else. In the original, what I was going to say, in the original tarot deck, Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck came out in the early 1900s. Before that, there were other types of decks that were used, but that's primarily what the world has come to know today as tarot, is that early 1900s version. Anyway, the Six of Pentacles is shown as a merchant. There's one pentacle over their head, so they're reserving something for themselves, and that's good because no one should ever give to the point of depletion. But they have other people vying for their pentacles, their time or their love, their money, etc., etc. And they give 3 to this person and 2 to this person. They're choosing here to continue to give 3 to you because they have other commitments or obligations that they need to pour other pentacle resources in. So I'm asking what that Seven of Swords is to that Five of Pentacles. Like, why aren't they giving you what you want? They don't have it to give. They either don't have the money, or they don't have the time, or the devotion, or they don't have enough love, because those resources are going to other things, people, other entities. They don't have it to give. Ace of Wands, that's the truth. Five of Cups, and they know it. They know it. Five of Cups here 3 times. And they feel bad. That's the problem. They feel bad. They know you deserve more, or a better apology, or more pay, or more consistency, or greater devotion. I mean, look how they see you. They see you as the pinnacle of what they want in their life, but they're not fully capable of giving it to you at this time. I'm not saying they're never going to give it to you at this time. They might not have the money. Maybe you want to get married, and it doesn't mean that they don't see you one day, Hierophant to the Queen of Pentacles being their spouse, but it's not something they can do today. They know they're not giving you 100% though. And there is some shame and embarrassment about that. Okay. Whew. What will this person do after Capricorn? You know what? Let's do something differently. Let's say you accept whatever this is. What will this person do, or how will they feel if Capricorn says yes to their offer? What will they do? One more shuffle. Thank you. I do believe now that yours is the longest video. What will they do? Page of Swords, 9 of Wands, 2 of Wands, 10 of Cups. Start working on, they will communicate with you more. They're going to communicate that they don't want to give up on the connection, that they're glad you don't want to give up on the connection either. And they're going to do their best. 2 of Wands is a card of planning, to try to find other ways to make you happy, or to move towards that 10 of Cups, which was your original desire for this connection. They will do their best to plan a path or future forward towards it. Okay? Now, if you say no, you say, nope, not good enough. I want 10 of Pentacles and you're giving me 5, or you're giving me 3. What do they do, or how do they feel if Capricorn says no? One more shuffle. Thank you. How do they feel? What do they do? The Emperor shows themselves again. King of Pentacles. King to the Queen of Pentacles. The World card. Queen. I knew you were the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups to the 7 of Pentacles. Remember, they offered you 5. They're going to increase it. They contemplate ending it, or what ending would mean to them. And then they come in with a secondary offer. You're still not at the 10, but you're a lot closer than you were beforehand. Two of Swords, you'll need to make a decision, and we go right back to Queen of Swords. Six of Swords, King of Cups. If you hold out, not telling you to do this to be manipulative, but if you hold out, you get what you want. Or, I shouldn't say that. You're a lot closer to getting what you want from this entity. They come in with a more sincere apology. They come in with more time. They come in with more money. Tell me more about that Seven of Pentacles, because that's an increase. We go from 5 to 7. Tell me more about that. One more shuffle. Thank you. Five of Cups, 10 of Wands, and the Moon. Bottom of deck, Six of Cups, Six of Cups. How many times have we seen that card? King of Swords, Nine of Cups, the Tower. It's going to be hard for them. I'm not going to lie to you. And I don't know how sustainable that Seven of Pentacles will be, but they'll make it happen, because losing you is not an option. So the door is closing. The window is getting smaller. They need to act. They know it. If you jump the first time at the first offer, they're going to stay right there for as long as they can. They're just going to sit in Two of Wands. It's not even Three of Wands moving forward. It's just Two of Wands. Okay, yeah, future plan. You know, maybe we'll give you a raise 6 months from now. It's nothing concrete. Once you say, I'm not so sure about that, or no, thank you, that's serious contemplation about long-term investment. Emperor to the King of Pentacles, to that World card, is like, if I don't come back with something better, I'm going to lose Capricorn for good. They come back with the Seven of Pentacles. They don't want to lose you. Five of Cups, how many times has that card shown itself? But the Ten of Wands to that Moon, they're not going to tell you, but this is going to be a heavy lift for them. The money, the time, the devotion, the commitment, whatever it is that you want, that they're giving you, even if it's just you want a really sincere, in-depth apology where they accept ownership of what they did and they acknowledge it. It's whatever it is, they're going to keep it to themselves. It's covered in the energy of the Moon. They're not going to tell you how difficult it is for them. So I don't know how sustainable it will be either, but the choice will be yours. Final messages here for Capricorn. Definitely the longest reading. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your final messages. Two of Cups in regards to this partnership. King of Wands, you came up as that before. Page of Swords. Bottom of deck, Six of Pentacles. Know your worth. When they come in with that Six of Pentacles offer, know your worth. The King of Wands knows their worth, whether they're masculine or feminine. Two of Wands, Ace of Wands. That is the truth. When they come in, know your worth. I would brush up on your negotiating skills if you're looking to keep this entity. But yeah, this is when it comes to this connection, you receive the communication, know your worth, and act accordingly. That is what I have for you, Capricorn. That is your new moon and Sagittarius reading. That took a lot out of me. I'm going to make a cup of coffee now before I do Aquarius and Pisces. But I liked it. I'm glad we were able to go pretty deep on this reading. It's definitely one of the deeper ones that I've done. But I hope that it was beneficial to you, and whatever is happening here, whatever you decide to do, remember, you should be doing it of your own free agency, not because of what I said here or anything like that. But yeah, this was a hard nut to crack, but we managed to do it. That's what I have for you. Good luck with this. If you like that message, resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you can. Thank you once again for being a member. And as always, I am sending you light, love, and peace.